and a member of the January 6th committee. Congressman, thanks for coming on the show tonight. It's a busy night for you. Big vote. Explain to our viewers why it's such a big deal, what a big step it is to go after a former White House chief of staff in this way.
Thanks for having me, Mehdi. This is important because we need to uphold the rule of law. That's what the committee has been talking about, and that no one is above a lawful subpoena.
The vote this afternoon, within moments, apparently, to hold Attorney General Eric Holder in contempt. We've got Evan Perez joining us now from Washington, D.C. Evan, thanks for joining us. I realize this is right down to the wire. I presume the House hasn't voted already.
Right, they're preparing to vote right now. They're doing a couple of parliamentary moves. Democrats have been trying to throw things at this afternoon to try to avert the vote. The Republicans have been insisting that they have to go forward because, after all, this has been a months-long argument over turning over documents regarding Fast and Furious.
Remind us what Fast and Furious is.
Right, it's essentially a gun trafficking probe that was done by ATF agents in Phoenix, and which everyone acknowledges was botched. Essentially, 2,000 firearms were allowed to be bought by suspected smugglers, most of which probably ended up in Mexico, and many of which have turned up at crime scenes on both sides of the border.
So this was 2,000 firearms we're talking about,
That's right.
More than a few. Now, I understand that this vote is merely for show because there may be a censure, and it looks like it will go through. Is that right?
Right. It's expected to go through. The Republicans control the House, and it's become essentially a very partisan debate. You'll have a few Democrats who represent conservative districts who will vote with the Republicans today. The NRA has made it clear that they're watching, and they're going to grade members of Congress on how they vote. They support holding Attorney General Holder in contempt. And look, it's a meaningful vote. It's not just for show in the sense that there's a real dispute here. There are documents that Congress has subpoenaed and which the president has asserted executive privilege. But in the end, this is going to have to be negotiated because after today's vote, what happens is that they're expecting the U.S. Attorney in the District of Columbia to prosecute his own boss, which is just not going to happen.
Okay, in that sense, it is a little bit of a show.
Right, it's a little bit of a show, but there is some substance to it.
Okay, we got to leave it there. Lovely to have you, Evan Perez of the Wall Street Journal.
Have you noticed that as everything around you seems to decline, one thing still grows? It is the power of your rulers. None of their plans and directives have solved your problems or made your life better. The only result has been their increased control over you at the cost of your freedom. Do you know why? You gave them the power.